principal of Densler Elementary. I would like to welcome you to our annual Veterans Day program. Each year, we take pride in celebrating our veterans for their service and showing our appreciation. Usually, we have hundreds of students, staff, veterans, and community members at our school to celebrate. This year is different. Everything is different. But what isn't different is our desire to honor our Densler veterans and veterans at large. This day is for you. Thank you for your commitment and service to us. Thank you for putting us before your family and yourself. Our students and staff have prepared for this day. While those who died are remembered on Veterans Day, which is observed on November 11th, Veterans Day is intended to thank and honor all those who served honorably in the military, in wartime and peacetime. In fact, Veterans Day is largely intended to thank living veterans for their service, to acknowledge that their contributions to our national security are appreciated, and to underscore the fact that those who have served, not only those who have died, have sacrificed and done their duty. I would like to thank our Veterans Day Committee for all of their efforts in decorating the school and preparing this video tribute. But mainly, we want to thank you, veterans. Thank you for your great commitment, and I hope you enjoy our Veterans Day program.
It is the soldier, not the reporter, who's given us freedom or press.
It is the soldier, not the poet, who's given us freedom of speech. It is the soldier, not the campus organizer, who gives us free to demonstrate.
It is the soldier who salutes the flag, who serves beneath the flag, and whose coffin is dropped by the flag, who allows the protester to burn the flag.
Please stand as our third grade students recite the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
When you see someone in a uniform, someone who serves us all, doing military duty, answer their country's call.
Take a moment to thank them for protecting what you hold dear. Tell them you are proud of them. Make it very clear. Just tap them on the shoulder, give a smile, and say thanks for what you're doing to keep us safe in the USA.
And now I would like to introduce Mr. Wayne White. He is part of Division 7. He is the Vice Commander, U.S. Coast Guard Auxiliary, and U.S. Air Force Vietnam veteran.
I want to thank Densler Elementary School for letting me speak about what it means to be a veteran. I'm a United States Air Force Vietnam veteran. A veteran laid it all out for one another in their most vulnerable moments, living, loving, crying, and dying together. It is a weird testimony to war. How can it be that such beauty thrives in the midst of such horror? Most veterans, if asked, would go do it again in an instant. Millions of Americans that you don't know and never will have agreed to risk going through this for you. Many of them came back home in a flag-covered box. So what kind of a person can love you so much that they would die for you without ever having met you? Who can love their country so much that they would die for her and the principles she stands for? Who can take these risks and not expect any thanks in return, knowing the thanks is, ironically, in having been one of the few to sign on the dotted line and raise their right hand? That's a veteran.
This day we all honor all who answered to a service call. Soldiers young and soldiers old fought for freedom, brave and bold. Some have lived while others died, and all of them deserve our pride. We're proud of all the soldiers who kept thinking of red, white, and blue. They fought for us and all of our rights. They fought through many days and nights. And though we all may not know each name, we thank all veterans for the same.
The Army is considered the oldest branch of the military. The Continental Army was first established in 1775 during the Revolutionary War. The Army is the main ground force and largest branch of the military. The purpose of the Army is to preserve peace, security, and provide for the defense of the United States. The Army can control and fight on land using troops, tanks, and artillery.
Marine Corps. The history of the Marine Corps began on November 10, 1775. As the service branch of infantry, troops are capable of both fighting at sea and on shore. The Marines are the main landing force of the military. The Marines have been part of the Department of the Navy since 1834. The Marines are some often first soldiers to enter combat.
Navy. The U.S. Navy traces its origins to the Continental Navy, which was established during the American Revolutionary War. The Navy fights in oceans and the seas throughout the world. The Navy uses sorts of battleships, including destroyers, aircraft carriers, and submarines. As of March 2018, it had 282 deployable combat vessels, including 11 aircraft carriers and more than 3,700 operational aircraft. The U.S. Navy is significantly larger than any other navy in the world.
Force is part of the military that fights using aircraft, including fighter planes and bombers. This branch was first established as part of the United States Army in 1907. With the passing of the National Security Act of 1947, the Air Force became its own branch. The Air Force provides air support for land and naval forces and aids in the recovery of troops in the field. The Air Force is also responsible for the military satellites in space.
Space Forces. The United States Space Force USSF. It's a Space Force branch of the U.S. Armed Forces. One of the 6 U.S. informed services, the Space Force is the world's first currently independent Space Force, along with its sister branch. The U.S. Air Force is the Space Force of the Department of the Air Force. It is the smallest U.S. Armed Service, consisting of 4,840 personnel and operating 77 spacecrafts. The U.S. Space Force is the branch of the Armed Forces established on December 20th, 2019.
The Coast Guard was created in 1790 with the original purpose of collecting custom duties in seaports. The modern Coast Guard was formed by a merger between the Revenue Cutter Service and the U.S. Life Saving Service in 1915. The Coast Guard is separated from the other branches as it is part of the Department of Homeland Security, but can be transferred to the Department of the Navy if needed. The Coast Guard monitors the U.S. coastline and enforces border laws, as well as helps with ocean resources and marine environmental protection.
thanks to all you have done, so my family and I can live the way we do.
Without you, we would not feel the safety we feel today.
Without your braveness, we wouldn't know what brave looks like.
Thank you so much for viewing our Veterans Day program. I hope you enjoyed our tribute. And again, thank you, veterans. We appreciate you.